Hello everyone, welcome to part 5 of this lecture series. In the part 4, the question was which of the following are known as decomposers. Decomposers, as you all are aware, they break down the dead organic matter into inorganic one. So they feed upon the dead organic matter. So the first option is virus. Virus is actually in its own nature dormant in life. When it gets a host cell, it invades it and uses it to metabolize, feeds upon it to metabolize its own function. So in its own nature, virus is feeding upon the living, not the dead organic matter. That is why virus is not a decomposer. So fungi and bacteria do the decomposition work along with invertebrates. Invertebrates are your insects and worms. You can remember it by a simple trick, F, B or I. Okay? These are your decomposers. Today we are going to wrap up the functions of the ecosystem. Here we have covered these 4 ones. Now we are left with the nutrient cycling. So as we saw in the energy flow, that the sun's heat energy was flowing through various trophic levels, through various trophic levels and getting used up by these trophic levels, and some of it was dissipated as heat, 10% rule. In the nutrient cycling, we will see that the elements that make up these biotic factors, these trophic levels, these are your certain elements. These elements cycle throughout their lives using various geological phenomena. Okay? So let's see the nutrient cycling. These nutrient cycling is also known as biogeochemical cycles. Certain elements, these 6 certain elements make up 97% of an organic body. So these are important. These chemical elements undergo their cycles through various biotic factors. So biology is involved, and through abiotic factors where geological factors are involved. Geological factors कौन से हैं? Rocks, volcanoes, then rivers, ocean, etc. So nutrient cycling is movement of the nutrients from physical environment to living organisms. Means it is the elements are traveling from abiotic factors to biotic factors, then back to abiotic factors. These cycles are of two types based upon the reservoir they are in. रिजर्वायर मतलब क्या, इनका जो बेस होगा न्यूट्रिएंट्स का, वेयर दे गेट replenished is the reservoir. So in the gaseous cycles, water cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, इनके जो बेस होंगे, रिजर्वायर होंगे, वो होगा एटमॉस्फेयर या हाइड्रोस्फीयर. And in the sedimentary cycles, the reservoir is Earth's crust. Okay, so you might be aware of this table wherein it is the composition of these elements in the atmosphere. Atmosphere is a abiotic factor. Okay, nitrogen 78% है, oxygen 21%, CO2 0.036%. It is rising by the day. Hydrogen 0.0040 and 5%. So nutrient cycling एक और बात, these are also of two types based upon the replenishment का type के ऊपर. If they get quickly replenished, then it is a perfect cycle. If not, imperfect cycle. We'll see later on that perfect cycle में क्या है. जैसे water है, so water, it is evaporating, getting condensed here in the clouds, then again precipitation, so it is getting quickly replenished. Whereas in the imperfect cycles, for example the sedimentary cycle, the phosphorus ले लो, phosphorus is getting logged as a rock could be underground, so the rock will have to take some time to come up through geological processes of weathering, etc., to emerge to the surface and getting replenished as, or completing its own cycle. So it is a relatively slower life of this cycle, that is why it is imperfect. Okay, so let's see first of all the nitrogen cycle. It involves these 4 processes. The first one is nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen cannot be readily accepted or utilized by the plants in its natural form, so it has to get converted into ammonium ion or ammonia. This is done by 2 processes, biological and industrial. Industrial ones are done by your fertilizer companies. They actually want to increase the crop growth, enhance the crop growth, that is why they use the nitrogen fertilizers. जो यूरिया वगैरह हो गया उसमें नाइट्रोजन होता है ना. Then these biological ones, biological process of nitrogen fixation is done by certain bacteria known as diazotrophs. Dia मतलब across, azo मतलब nitrogen containing, and troph means nutrition. So these are again of 2 types, free living ones and symbiotic. Free living क्या होते हैं? They don't need an association with the other kinds of plants or other beings, other biotic factors के साथ इनको कोई association नहीं चाहिए. So they are free living. For example, one is blue green algae और cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria के कुछ examples हैं nostoc, annabella, spirulina, etc. This blue green algae is the main source of main nitrogen fixer in the ocean ecosystem. Okay, another kind of free living one is your aerobic ones. Aerobic, इसमें एक एग्जांपल है एजोटोबैक्टर, सॉरी, सो एरोबिक में हो गया एजोटोबैक्टर. वन एग्जांपल आई एम टेलिंग यू बिकॉज ऑफ द मेंस एग्जाम, इसमें एक एग्जांपल याद रख लेना. सो एजोटोबैक्टर फॉर द एरोबिक बैक्टीरिया. एनारोबिक में वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल इज क्लोस्ट्रिडियम. ओके, देन सिम्बायोटिक. सिम्बायोटिक क्या है? सिम्बायोसिस विद द लेजुमिनस प्लांट्स. अब ये वाले बैक्टीरिया का एक एग्जांपल ले लेना और एक नॉन लेजुमिनस. लेजुमिनस इज राइजोपोरा, राइजोबियम एंड नॉन लेजुमिनस प्लांट के साथ बैक्टीरिया होते हैं फ्रैंकिया. So these all diazotrophs, they have a niche of fixing the nitrogen. Fixing मतलब they are making it readily available for plants to take up as a nutrition in the form of ammonia or ammonium. So next one is nitrification. Nitrification involves ammonia का conversion into nitrite और नाइट्रेट. नाइट्राइट में कन्वर्जन इज डन बाय नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरिया. नाइट्रीफाइंग नाइट्राइट का होता है एक एग्जांपल, यार इट इज नाइट्रोसोमोनास होता है और नाइट्रेट में कन्वर्जन करता है नाइट्रोबैक्टर। Next process is denitrification. It converts your nitrite or nitrates into again the atmospheric nitrogen. So here the niche of these kind of bacteria is denitrification. So one example is Pseudomonas and Thiobacillus. One more process is ammonification. This is done again by the, इसमें जो free living में aerobic and anaerobic थे, so they actually convert the dead organic matter into ammonia. The source of this dead organic matter would be dead bodies and excreta. ठीक है. Next one, here is a diagram to show you this. First one, the plant fixing हो रही है पहले, नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन. सो द लेजुमिनस प्लांट्स इधर हो रहा है, यहाँ पे राइजोबियम इज इन्वॉल्व, राइजोबैक्टीरिया, राइजोबिया. इफ द प्लांट इज नॉन लेजुमिनस देन फ्रैंकिया. ठीक है. नाइट्रोजन फिक्स हो गया जब ये वाले बैक्टीरिया से, इट इज़ कन्वर्टेड इनटू अमोनियम. अमोनिफिकेशन से भी एक हो रहा है ये इनके एक्सक्रीटा से, और जो डेड ऑर्गेनिक मैटर है ये इससे भी अमोनिया आया. देन नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरिया आर इन्वॉल्व. व्हाट आर दोज? नाइट्रोसोमोनास एंड दिस नाइट्रेट में कन्वर्ट करने वाला नाइट्रोबैक्टर. देन डीनाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरिया Pseudomonas and Thiobacillus, they convert it readily into atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, so this was this was nitrogen cycle. Next one is carbon cycle. Relatively simpler to understand. First of all, CO2 is involved in the photosynthesis. It is used as a product as an intake by green plants. They produce their food using chlorophyll and sunlight, okay, to convert into food and oxygen, है ना. रेस्पिरेशन भी होता है तो उसमें भी CO2 is involved. Animal respiration is also involved. It converts it into CO2. Next we have decomposition. Decomposition से again the CO2 it's converted into the atmosphere. It goes back to the atmosphere. Now this was the perfect part of this cycle. ठीक है. यहाँ पे the carbon is replenished readily. Now a relatively imperfect part is where it gets locked as fossil fuels. If the dead bodies of animals or dead plant matter is not decomposed fully, so it is buried down, so it forms into fossils and fossil fuels. These are your natural gas, petroleum, coal. So ये कई सालों तक ये यहीं पर लॉक हो जाता है कार्बन. ओके. So when it is getting again extracted by the industries and burnt, so again the CO2 is released back. This is what is causing the global warming, because the quantum of fossil fuel combustion is increasing by day. Okay. Next one we have water cycle. Simpler to understand, I think you can do it. So evaporation होता है पेड़ों से, you get the leaves transpirate water vapors. Tell me what is the composition of water vapor in the atmosphere in the comment section. ठीक है. देन कंडेंस होता है यहाँ पर, एंड अगेन प्रेसिपिटेशन के थ्रू एंड स्नो मेल्ट एंड रन ऑफ द वाटर इज रिप्लेनिश. सो इट इज़ ऑफ अ परफेक्ट नेचर and a gaseous cycle. Next we have the sedimentary cycles. First one in the sedimentary is sulfur cycle. It begins with the release of sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide as in the gaseous form. Sulfur dioxide SO2 and H2S. These are released through volcanic eruptions, vehicular pollution, फैक्ट्री पॉल्यूशन, है ना. तो यहाँ से फिर ये ऑक्सीडाइज होता है इनटू ईदर सल्फर ट्राईऑक्साइड और डायरेक्टली इनटू सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड और अमोनियम सल्फेट. हियर इट रिएक्ट्स विद द एटमॉस्फेरिक वाटर वेपर्स एंड गेट्स कन्वर्टेड इनटू सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड. Sulfuric acid can fall upon the ground as acid rain. It actually corrupts your statues and other plants, है ना. तो एसिड रेन के बाद इट, और ग्राउंड में क्या होता है, ग्राउंड में द ऑर्गेनिक बॉडीज आर ऑल्सो मेड अप ऑफ सल्फर. सो व्हेन दे डिके दे अंडरगो दिस साइकिल and form sulfate salts. Now sulfur is taken up by plants in the form of amino acids containing sulfur containing amino acids. So again this cycle is completed. So the major conduit of this sulfur cycle was the earth's crust, that is why it is a sedimentary cycle. But some elements were gaseous also, like the sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. Okay, next one is phosphorus cycle. A similar one like the sulfur cycle, where the major conduit, again the major reservoir, is the earth's crust. Phosphorus is present mainly in the form of in the earth crust as phosphate minerals. Okay, so if the dead bodies, they decompose, they undergo sedimentation, है ना. sedimentation के बाद they either get directly converted into phosphate, और जब यहाँ पे weathering होगी, जब ये rocks की weathering होगी, so they'll again emerge up, जिसको अपलिफ्टिंग बोलते हैं, है ना. और जब एक्सेसिव रेन होगी, सो दिस ग्राउंड विल गेट पोरस. तो जो फॉस्फेटिक न्यूट्रिएंट्स होंगे दे विल गेट लीच्ड इनटू द नियर बाय वाटर बॉडीज और द वाटर इकोसिस्टम. वन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग यू शुड रिमेंबर दैट इन द एक्वेटिक इकोसिस्टम्स phosphorus is responsible for plant growth. So if you see a water body that is entirely green, it is said to have been eutrophication हो चुका है इसका, और algal bloom. So algal bloom के लिए major nutrient responsible is phosphorus. So in this way the phosphate is released back to the atmosphere, then again it undergoes this cycle. An imperfect cycle we would say, because the phosphorus gets locked for a longer time as in the rocks. So rocks को uplift होने में, weather होने में थोड़ा time लगेगा. That is why phosphorus is imperfect cycle. Okay, so this is for all the learning. Next we have the question for the day. In this question, first pause it and then we'll see. So among these processes, which of the following add CO2 to the carbon cycle? Now among these, photosynthesis, as I told you, it is using CO2 as a intake होता है green plants का, along with ग्रीन प्लांट्स जो होते हैं दे अंडरगो द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस. फोटोसिंथेसिस में क्या होता है, योर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज reacting with water to form glucose and oxygen. The catalysts are sunlight and a green pigment called chlorophyll. ठीक है. So it does not add, but it consumes. The photosynthesis is consuming the CO2 in the carbon cycle. Other than this, these processes are releasing the carbon dioxide. So the first option will be wrong and your answer would be 2, 3 and 4. That's it for today. Thank you.